Hecate was born into a Titanic family, daughter of Perseus, associated with destruction, and Asteria, linked to night oracles and prophetic dreams. This divine heritage initially gave her an aura of mystery and power. In Greek mythology, the Titans were beings of great strength and wisdom, and Hecate was no exception. From birth, she showed a natural inclination toward the occult and the supernatural, standing out even among her divine peers for her deep interest in the darkest mysteries of the universe. As she grew older, Hecate developed skills that distinguished her in the Greek pantheon. She became a master of magic, becoming familiar with spells and incantations and using plants and herbs for mystical purposes. Her education in the secrets of the universe was complemented by her ability to transit between worlds, that of the gods, humans, and the underworld. This unique ability allowed her to exert influence in multiple realms, being respected and sometimes feared by gods and mortals alike. Physically, Hecate possessed an appearance that reflected her divine attributes and connection to the world of magic. She was often depicted as an imposing and majestic figure with eyes that seemed to penetrate the soul's deepest secrets. Her presence was fascinating and enigmatic, surrounded by an aura of mystery that made it clear that she was no ordinary goddess. Hecate was revered as the guardian of the crossroads. The crossroads, where three roads intersect, were places of mystical power and transformation. Hecate was believed to watch over these crossing points, guiding travelers in their choices and protecting them on their journeys. The ancient Greeks often erected statues of Hecate at these intersections, creating a sacred space where the earthly and divine worlds met. At these crossroads, Hecate's devotees performed rituals. They sacrificed during the new moon nights, hoping to attract her favor and wisdom. Hecate's relationship with the crossroads also reflected her mastery of magic and rituals. As a deity capable of moving between the world of the living and the realm of the dead, her presence at these places was especially significant. Practitioners of ancient magic often invoked her name in spells and incantations, believing that her power increased at these points of convergence. The image of Hecate with torches in her hands, lighting the way in the darkness, became a recurring motif in art and literature, representing her role as a guide and protector. Throughout ancient Greece, crossroads became sacred places where Hecate was honored. During dark nights, individuals would leave offerings of food, the so-called Hecate's feast, at these crossroads. These offerings were to placate wandering spirits, or to seek Hecate's protection against curses and the evil eye. Thus, the crossroads, under Hecate's watch, became physical points of decision, change, and spiritual spaces of profound religious and mystical significance. When Hades abducted Persephone in a turbulent period, Demeter, her mother, was plunged into profound desolation. The earth began to reflect her pain, with withered crops and impending famine. At this critical moment, Hecate, the goddess of night and magic, appeared before Demeter. Her arrival was like a light in the darkness, offering hope and support in the search for Persephone. With her bright torch lighting the way, Hecate joined Demeter, pledging to help her in her desperate quest. During the quest, Hecate proved to be a loyal and astute companion. She used her knowledge of the secrets and hidden ways of the world to guide Demeter through mazes of darkness and confusion. Whole nights were spent roaming the earth, with the light of Hecate's torch cutting through the gloom. It was a union of two divine powers united in a common cause. As they went, Hecate taught Demeter the mysteries of the night, revealing how darkness could also be a refuge and a source of strength. Eventually, it was Hecate who heard Persephone's lament from the underworld. This discovery led to the eventual negotiation with Hades and Persephone's cyclical return to the surface. This act strengthened the relationship between Hecate and Demeter. It established Hecate as a protector of mothers and children and a guide for those lost in darkness. Hecate, revered as the master of the magical arts, was noted among the Greek gods for her profound knowledge of sorcery, herbs, and poisons. This wisdom established her not only as a figure of respect and mystery, but also as a protector and guide for those who sought to penetrate the secrets of the occult. Magic practitioners, from priestesses to simple peasants, often invoked her name in their rituals, hoping that her divine influence would grant them power and knowledge beyond the mundane. The nights of the new moon were especially significant, as her energy was believed to be most potent during these. Hecate was closely linked to the natural world and its mysteries in ancient traditions. She was said to know the use of every herb and plant and could create potent concoctions and ointments. The ancient Greeks, in their search for solutions to illnesses or their desire to understand the mysteries of nature, turned to her altars and shrines to ask for her guidance. Tales of her ability to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary through her magic were familiar among stories passed down from generation to generation. Over time, Hecate maintained her position as a deity of magic, and her influence extended to various aspects of daily life for the ancient Greeks. It was common for homes to have small altars dedicated to her, where incense was burned, and small offerings were offered to win her favor. Her image, often depicted as a goddess with multiple arms or faces facing in various directions, became a familiar and revered icon, a testament to her power and omnipresence in the mystical world and the unknown. In ancient Greece, the cult of Hecate rose to notable prominence, especially in places considered mystical or mysterious. Followers of the goddess, often magicians, witches, and those on the periphery of society, saw in her a protector and a guide in the dark arts. On nights of the new moon, her followers would gather at the crossroads to pay homage to her, a place believed to be sacred to her. These ceremonies included burning offerings and reciting spells and prayers to gain her favor or understand the secrets that lay beyond the veil of reality. Hecate's power at the crossroads was not only metaphorical but also very literal in the beliefs of her devotees. It was believed that at these points where paths crossed, the veil between the world of the living and the spirit realm was thinner, and Hecate, with her torch, could illuminate both worlds. The crossroads were seen as transitional spaces where the everyday met the supernatural, and Hecate was the guardian of these gates. People often left offerings at these places, such as food and minor artifacts, to appease the goddess or to seek her protection against malevolent spirits. Beyond the crossroads, the cult of Hecate extended throughout the houses and cities of Greece. She was considered a protector of homes, where small altars were placed in her honor. These altars, often located on the thresholds of houses, safeguarded the inhabitants from evil influences. Hecate became a household deity for many in this role, offering her protection and wisdom to those who recognized her power and sought her guidance. In her role in the underworld, Hecate emerged as a central figure in the realm of Hades. Her presence was a constant in the shadowy and silent depths where the souls of the dead wandered. She was considered a guide for these lost souls, illuminating their path with her torches. Unlike other deities, who rarely interacted with the spirits of the departed, Hecate moved freely among them, offering comfort and direction. Her ability to navigate this subterranean world and her profound understanding of its mysteries were unique. This goddess interacted with wandering souls and exerted considerable influence over spirits and ghosts. She was credited with the power to summon and control these beings, a talent that distinguished her from other gods. Her knowledge of the secrets of life and death was immense, and she was said to have the power to grant or deny ghosts access to the world of the living. This role made her a respected and feared figure among gods and mortals. Her ability to move between worlds established her as a mediator and guardian of the boundaries between life and death. In addition, Hecate had a special relationship with Persephone, the underworld queen. She was said to advise her and offer her support as ruler of this shadowy realm. This relationship was seen as a bond between two influential female figures who, in their own way, dominated the most mysterious and hidden aspects of the underworld. Through their interactions, Hecate consolidated her position in the underworld. It reinforced the underworld structure, maintaining the balance between life and death. As the ages passed, the figure of Hecate underwent a remarkable transformation in the collective imagination and religious practice. Venerated initially as a deity of light, guidance, and protection, her association with the darker aspects of the spiritual world became more prominent. Perceptions of Hecate gradually shifted to that of a mysterious and often misunderstood figure associated with witchcraft, ghosts, and the darker aspects of the night. This change in her image reflected the evolution of society and its beliefs, where fear of the unknown and the supernatural began to dominate. In this new context, Hecate was often portrayed accompanied by dogs or in her triptych form, where she was represented as three female figures. This triptych representation symbolizes her power over heaven, earth, and sea, and her ability to see the past, present, and future. Rituals and practices dedicated to her became more enigmatic and esoteric, reflecting her multifaceted nature. Despite this shift to a more feared figure, Hecate continued to be respected and worshipped by those who sought her wisdom in the hidden mysteries of life and death.